a lot of innocent dudes in jail from suckers and evil people like that who will throw an innocent person under the bus just to try to free themselves.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real life street stars. You know what time it is.
I'm curious, and I kind of know the answer to this, but you know, you choose during the trial not to testify. And again, I was joking about OJ earlier, but OJ also himself chose not to testify because, you know, he knows that.
I wanted to testify.
You wanted to? Yeah. You know, and I mentioned OJ because, you know, once he gets up there on the stand and they talk to OJ, they're going to talk about domestic violence, which there's recorded calls of him domestically screaming or sounding harmful against Nicole to where it does become a character assassination. So for you, knowing that this is, you know, how people think, they look at it like this, like, I might be guilty of other things in life, but I'm not guilty of this. Weren't you worried about like, hey, we're gonna dig back to you was 50. We're gonna go through your whole life and find out everything you're guilty of to make the jury think that you're guilty of this. Weren't you worried about that?
See, you know, with me not being an attorney, all I was thinking about was, hey, I want to get on the stand and tell the truth of what really happened. How it was this nigga idea and all of this, and he came and knocked on my door when Juke was in the house. We were talking about it. I wanted to tell all of that. So I wanted the jury to hear that. But Manning he explained the part to me that if I did take the stand, you know, and at one point Manning thought it was a good idea, and he just thought the risk of them bringing up my past and my history, it wasn't worth it, you know, the jury hearing that versus just letting him do his job.
Yeah, no, I thank you for not getting up there, man, because, you know, just, again, we're going to talk a little bit about your history in a sec, but just knowing, you know, your life, the details of that actual encounter might be the least thing they talk about. They'll just build up to like, oh, he's a monster. Oh, he's this and that. He get daddy issue, whatever it is.
This shooting.
Yeah. Then they'll just kind of skirt over. And mind you, you don't get to ask the questions. So I want to tell him about who knocked on. We ain't even gonna cover that because it doesn't help him. So you not taking a stand might have overall saved your life in that scenario, because lawyers know I don't know if it's a black thing or an uneducated thing, but they know how to take a black man's plight of growing up and turning it against him. Like, damn.
Well, you know, them bringing up my past, you know, it definitely wouldn't have helped me. You know, I'm sure it would have hurt. But I honestly think that my truth and my conviction and me telling my story, I think the jury would have resonated with the jury. And I think they would have, on top of Manny highlighting the fact that this pill junkie is lying on the stand, I think it would have hit home with the jury, and I think I would have still had the same outcome. Just my opinion.
That's real. No, Manny would have did his job. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
they would have tried it.
Yeah.
He would have did his job.
Yeah, Manny would have came back and asked me what needed to be asked.
Okay. All right, so yeah, now so a full circle moment. They go in there, they deliberate for a couple hours. Is it overnight or is it?
Well, so the first day when she actually started deliberation, I think they deliberated for about an hour, but it probably wasn't even an hour because she had to give like instructions and stuff like that. They let us go home. Then they came back the next morning, started deliberations. Maybe an hour and a half went by, they had a verdict.
The judge reads the verdict. 3 counts. Not guilty. 2 counts, I'm sorry. 2 counts. Yeah. The first one comes out not guilty. The second one comes, I know that's you gotta look at both.
Correct.
The second one comes out not guilty. And what, again, like Rook was just asking, like, what is that feeling? Right before they read it and then right after, like, what pops in your head? Like, I'm going to Disneyland. Like, what pops in your head as far as like, is your kids there? Like, do you get to see like any women, the mama, like anybody there that you could turn around, look at and be just like?
No, the only people that was in when I got sentenced. I mean, when they read my verdict, only people that was there was my dad. Shout out to my dad. He was there. He pulled up in the wheelchair, one leg.
Oh man! Oh, shout out Pops.
Yeah, So it was my dad, my sister Trina was there. My homegirl, Taisha was there. Nehemiah, my homeboy Nehemiah, and my cousin Trill. Those was the only people that was there when they announced the verdict. And when I turned around, prior to them announcing the verdict, my sister, she called me over, and she was just like, bro, I'm finna go. And I'm like, what you mean you finna go? And she was just saying she can't take it. Yeah. And I convinced her to stay, and she stayed. And when they announced both the two not guilty, I turned around. The first person I seen is crazy. The first person I seen was my dad. And it's crazy I say that because growing up, me and my dad, we ain't have a relationship. And my dad was, he was in the streets. Yeah. He was married to the streets. Wow. So, when I got to moving around older, I bumped into him or whatever, but so fast forward to now, we building, trying to build a bond or whatever. And when I got that second not guilty verdict, I turned around and I seen him and he hit his chest and I hit my chest. Come on. Yeah, and it was a hell of a feeling, and it was a cool father-son moment.
I mean, y'all been kicking it since then, right? I mean, I don't mean kicking it.
Yeah. I pull up on Pops.
Okay.
Yeah, I pull up on Pops. Pops. My dad. I don't know how old my dad is, but he still think he a young nigga though. He got
That's good.
Yeah, he got the Lexus and the Cadillac, and he still be bagged in at the store. I'll pull up all of it, holler at him, and keep it moving.
Damn, that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Now,
sure.
well, with that being said, not guilty. Whoever felt that you were guilty, they gotta, listen. You hear people still feeling, oh no, he got something to do with it. Go watch the trial. You could tell, like, hey, based on if you watch it versus what you're feeling. My man was just really trying to throw some, see what sticks.
Exactly.
And a lot of men get railroaded. With things like this, like that.
It's a lot of innocent dudes in jail from suckers and evil people like that who will throw an innocent person under the bus just to try to free themselves.
That's real. That's facts. People gotta kind of
The nigga's so evil. I'm gonna say this before you move on,
please.
and I want to touch on this because you brought up Wu earlier. Mm-hmm. What Wu was mad about is what Cornelia said on the stand. Saying that I made a statement saying that I could get up under Wu mama to hurt Wu. I ain't never said no shit like that. What was said was, I was around and I overheard a conversation one day and Wu name came up. And based on the fact that I know Tang and that I know baby's sister, I said, look, man, look, I don't even want to be involved in that conversation. I don't even want to hear that, because daddy, it's like, we don't talk on the phone no more or nothing like that. But at one point, we used to be in the car together. So I'm going to treat a nigga kid just like I want them to do mine. So, I can't be Wu security or nothing, but I don't want to be part of the conversation when a nigga talking about doing something to him. So I'm like, I know the main mama and know his daddy, so I don't even want to. The man laid up in a cell 3 years and twisted some shit up just so it could sound good for the prosecution, bro, and said that whole ass shit on the stand. I ain't seen Wu mama since Martin Luther King got shot. How the hell I'm gonna get up under? That's crazy. And damn sure can't get up on his daddy because Tang ain't green at all. Yeah. So it's just a sucker, man, that'll say some. And and if I said it, bro, I'm gonna stand on it. I stand on it. I ain't scared of Wu, Tang, or nobody else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't say that. I ain't finna take the credit for something I ain't say. Wu ain't no threat to me. Like if I said it, I say it. Fuck Wu.
That's crazy because they got to take that up with like Cornelius. I mean, mind you can't because the situation is. So it's like, and niggas' mind just be going crazy. I see that something like that could just really alter just some shit. But thank you for clearing that up.
Is there anything else he said that was just crazy that he said on the stand that just?
Man, all this shit.
Oh yeah, shit.
Everything he said was crazy.
Right.
Damn. So even for the prosecutors to come in and on their closing statements to say, like you said, some wild stuff to be like, the murder vehicle was brought to your house, like of your knowledge, like that's what you would do to have them pull up and drop it off at the bando across the street.
Man, you know, when that lady said that, I was sitting there hitting, I think either Beth or Haley leg hard as a motherfucker, trying to get them to get Manny attention. Cause I wanted Manny to stop court.
Yeah, objective.
Yeah, man, shout out to Carla. You know, I ain't got no Miss Carla, I ain't got no disrespect toward her or nothing. But she lied when she said that. She said after the murder, they got in the car and brought the car back to my house. No, the fuck they didn't. They went to an abandoned house on my street. And so I thought that by her saying that and the jury hearing it, I thought that was gonna have an effect on the verdict. Cause just think, if one of the jurors, if that would have stuck with one of the jurors, you know, that they went back to his house.
Out of everything that was said, that one part.
That one part, like, which wasn't true. And I ain't respect it, but Manny told me, he was like, don't worry about it, we got it. And he had it.
All right, well, here we go then. So what I like to do, G, is, you know, you have some history, man. You got some history out, not only in Memphis, but also in Texas. You know, and you keep, you know, you allude on it, or like you had a life before all this case stuff. So I want to touch on a little bit of that because again, you know, your radar, you came up.
Hey, say that again because you got a lot of suckers on the internet that be saying, "Oh, you was a nobody until the case," and ooh. So say what you said again.
No. Your name was already ringing bells way before, years before this Dolph situation.
Appreciate that.
And we're gonna touch on a little bit of it because you know we are in Dallas, and you know, and again, I got to speak on it. You know, your name was brought to my attention. You know, back to one of my guys I known when I was growing up, a dude named by the name of Chris Go.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move it. Hey.